My Camry is having issues with hybrid battery. There are a few cells that needs to be replaced. Right now I'm going to withdraw some cash, 200, and we found out a pretty good spot for a guy that sells hybrid battery cells for $25 each. And the last time we bought 10 of them for one of the Prius that we had a lot of problems with, and we fixed it. So the Prius is driving good, and that's where I'm going. I'm planning to buy around 8 cells for $200, and I'll go through everything, how I diagnose which battery cells are bad and everything. I'll try to show it to you guys, so hopefully it will be helpful for you too. So this place is good because I can go with my multimeter and check everything. There's 8 that I bought for 200, and they are all approximately 8 volts, which is pretty good. And here are the old cells that were replaced from the Prius that I was talking about. I believe this one was the one that we didn't touch, or maybe we touched it, not sure. But this one was from the last time that we bought. Well, the first thing that we do is we diagnosed the battery. The device that I use is called Blue Driver. I'll show you how it works. It's pretty good. It's pretty good to show all the information that is needed. We put it in the OBD port, and we come here. It has its app, Blue Driver, and we'll wait until it connects. Let me record. This is how it looks like. We go into read codes. We check engine light. 2 codes available right now, 69,573, and 1 pending code is replace hybrid battery. This code popped out a few times. I cleared it and drove it because I knew that I had to replace a few cells in the hybrid battery. This device actually reads all the codes. You can even come and check all the system models, and you will see if there are any hidden codes in any other modules of the car. Another good thing here I wanted to show you is has smoke check detector. You can scan and we'll show you if it will pass a smoke check or not. Right now my car doesn't pass a smoke check because it has 1 pending code. And also down here it has mile status. Basically when you click on it, in the bottom you see that how many miles did the car drive since the last trouble code was cleared. And I drove 172 miles from the last time that I had check engine light or any other pending codes here. Another good thing here, you go to module 6 and you will see few important stats. You will see oxygen sensor, if they are working good or not. And if you go down here, you will see the misfires. It's very important when you're checking out other cars, especially the cars that you want to buy, to go through all of these and see that if there's any misfire. Priuses usually have a lot of misfires depending if the head gasket was replaced or not. And this is everything that I wanted to show. Here we have live too. You can choose any system that you want to see it live. For example, you can see the coolant temperature, the hybrid battery remaining charge is on 52.2% right now, and mass airflow sensor. For example, if I press gas, then you will see that it is changing. Everything is working, and you will see stuff here live, which is very helpful. Right now we take it out, and I will show you another good thing. So this one is hard to see parts of the battery, so it doesn't read fully the battery, it just reads the codes. And this is what I bought. This one called WePeak. Basically, the system that this one uses is open source. I believe this one is closed, and this one can be used only with with its own app. You cannot use it in different apps. This one you can use it in different apps. I'll put it right here, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Now we go to Dr. Prius. There's an app that's called Dr. Prius, and then we'll choose WePeak, the device that we just put it in here, and it will show us a few interesting stats. This is, you will see how things are working here. At first it looks a little bit complicated, but I'll show you how basically it is so that you get used to it. I spent a lot of hours on this device to learn how things work, and right now we see that we are at state of charge of 51% basically, and our pack voltage, max charge, max discharge, and also important thing here is the battery temperature. You see there's three, 1, 2, 3, and basically there's one sensor in the beginning of the battery, one in the middle, and one on the far end, and that's why you see three temperature here. Usually the battery cells go bad in this between, in the middle, because always the temperature in the middle is higher than the temperature on the sides. This is how they designed it, so it is what it is. And down here, when you look at this cumulative delta voltage, basically from my understanding is that the differences between the high end and the low end. If you look here at the number 10, you see that it is a lot lower comparing to other battery models. You see here it has 17 modules, but each module has 2 cells in them. And for example, in 10 you will have also 2 cells. There are 2 cells that one of them or maybe both of them, they are not performing well. And the best way to understand if the battery, which cell or which unit of the battery is going bad, is always when you are less on charge, for example between 40 and 50%, and then you will see them. If it is charged to like 60 or 70%, all of them will look approximately normal, but the problem that you will have is when discharging, because the main reason why they show the code or why they will not perform well is when their capacity is low. For example, I have a question at number 10 right now and number 15, and I believe number 6 is also preferably we need to change. And we'll wait a little bit until the state of charge goes down, and you will see that which of them are not performing well. And also at the cumulative delta voltage, you will see number 10 is at 0.76, 15 is 0.78, and number 10 rose to 0.79. And we'll wait a little bit more. This is discharge is going 2.6 amp, and I can turn on, for example, the reader defrost, and discharging will go up to 4.4. This will help to lower the state of charge a lot faster. In this way, we can look at number 15 and 10 that are the lowest in this module, and the battery is good as the worst cell in the battery. For example, if this battery is in like 90%, other cells or the whole pack will not work at 90%. It will work exactly at the worst cell. If this cell number 10 is at like 15%, the whole battery pack works at 15%. And now you can see how fast it is discharging. When it was 45% and higher, it didn't go as bad. Now the engine kicked in. So basically 2 cells that we saw are bad are 10 and 15. And there's another test that we can do is not this one, life expectancy test. Basically what it wants us to do is to put it on drive, the e-brake in, and we floor brake pedal and gas pedal at the same time to charge the battery faster. And you can see down here it is giving 64 amps to charge. Down here you can see charge percentage is 42.75, 43. Then we'll release it and we'll floor it again. We'll release it, we'll floor it again. Release it, floor it again. Release it, floor it again. That's it. It wants us to put it on reverse, but we'll not put it in reverse. We'll put it just here. And we have to keep the needle between the green area. Right now the engine kicked in because it is higher than it wants it to be for some reason. See, charge is 69, but it thinks that it is high. We look at this diagram that it is almost full. When it is, I believe, 70 or 80%, then it goes to full. Because these batteries, they work between 40% and 80%, something like that. So they don't go all zero or up to 100%, from my understanding. And we have to keep the needle in the green. So I turn on the headlights, high beam, and I also put the AC highest so that the AC keeps working. And we'll just sit and wait. We are getting close. Right now the state of charge is 53%, 52% is going down pretty fast. So we'll keep an eye on it. And very soon the engine kicks in. We'll kick in 50%. It's going down very fast. 49%. 48%, wow, 47, 46, it's going down very fast. 44, 3, 2, 1, engine kicks in. Yep. So here what it says. It says that the battery pack has estimate of 37% capacity left. It is in the end of the life and will need to be replaced soon. Warning, weak block detected, number 10. That's the number 10 that we were talking about right here. The number 10 is the weakest one. After 10, most likely we'll go 15. So there are 2 blocks that needs to be replaced. And also most likely block number 6 as well. And look here, it was at 1 bar. It never goes to 1 bar if the battery is good. So basically at 2 bar, look, the engine kicks in and it does it until 3, and that's it. But right now, even we can pay attention that when the engine turns off, we'll see that it's not on 3 bar. It will be like at 4 or at 5 bar. And here it is, 4 bars. There's one more interesting thing that I want to show you here. Go to special features and there is override battery temperature. And I'll put it at 98%. Or if you lower it to, this is Fahrenheit, so you basically put temperature. Right now I want it to be at 63. and let's see it and wait, because right now in the middle the temperature is 93 Fahrenheit, and the higher the temperature is, when the battery basically gets hot, it expands a little bit, so we don't want that expansion. And while it is cooling down the battery, let's go and remove some stuff from my trunk, because my trunk is a big mess. Let me show you something that has been a lifesaver for us for some time. So this is, I believe, 800 watt inverter. What we do is put this one on negative and the red one on positive. Oops, a little bit of a spark. And we plug it in the charger, turn it on. And battery, as soon as the 2%, plug it in, and it is charging now. It's been a truly lifesaver for quite a while now. And this is ready. So still the fan is blown, and it is cooling the battery. Right now, the battery is 79%, which is good. And this time, from my experience, the lower the voltage of the whole pack the battery is, so as it is charging right now, we'll wait until it goes back to like 40%, 39%, and when the engine wants to kick in, then we will turn the whole car off and get started with the whole thing. And while we are waiting, we can start with the inside. And this one needs to come out. This one needs to come out all the way. As you might tell, this is not the first time that I'm here, that I'm doing it. This is actually the second time. First time I changed the battery cell 12, I believe, and 17. And then the last time I took off this part and that part, but I understood that it is not necessary to take off these parts. And we pull this trigger. Come here. And this one folds down all the way here. In order to make it safe, so there are two 10mm bolts that needs to be removed in order to remove this one. And this is the, I forgot how to call it. So push it to the right, and this is how we open it up. And I'll put those here so that they don't interfere. And if we go down here, almost everything is ready. This part, this plastic, in order to remove it, I have to remove this top. In order to remove that top, I believe I have to remove these. So I just pull it forward, and there are a couple of bolts to unscrew. I'll just unscrew it there so that I don't have to worry about anything else. A couple things that are for some people who don't have information is weird is this plastic that needs to be removed, that plastic, and this plastic. It comes from the factory, original. So in order to open it, you see it has something sticking out, and this one also has some sticking out. If you guys remember, we took it from here. This is how everything is. This is all the writings that I had the first time I checked it out. And number 10, block number 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the block number 10, which was basically the lowest, 7.6 volts, 7.59. From the whole block, this block was the weakest. And also this might be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, because you can see 7.59. This one needs to be replaced because this is the module 15. So basically module 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the model 6 that needs to be replaced. Then 10, then 15, and we'll see along the way. These two were replaced. 1, 2, 3. Basically, I replaced only 3 cells from what I remember. And in order to do all of this, I have to remove all these bolts. Not specifically, for example, until 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll leave this one behind because they were good. There were no problem with those. Alright guys, moment of truth. I cleaned everything. Oops. Windy today. I cleaned everything. I marked from block 1 all the way to block 17. And let's measure everything and write it down. Okay. $7.89. $7.89. Alright, block 15 needs to be gone. Then block 10 needs to be gone. Block 6 needs to be gone. So far we've got 6 blocks that needs to be gone. Let's see, 59. Preferably this one needs to go. 57 needs to go. 59 needs to go. 5. 59 needs to go. 754 needs to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 blocks, but I've got only 10. The batteries are out. Good ones I put on the left side, bad ones I put it over here. So these are good, and I'll try to put the best of them from here all the way to here, and we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, almost ready. So in the beginning I put all the good cells up to this point, and 7.68, then 8, 82, 63. I believe just 7 cells might need to be replaced soon. So I put them here so that I don't have to go all the way back there in the future. I'll put everything back together and put it in the car, and we should be good. And then the moment of truth, we'll see how good of a job I did.
Alright guys, the moment of truth. Everything is in their spot. I put everything back in. And this is the moment I've been waiting for. Okay. Nothing blew up yet. I am a little bit worried. Let's see. Okay. Alright. Still have 15. It has to go through the cycle. Basically, we have to charge it, discharge it, discharge it, and go from there. Number 6 is the highest right now. Okay. What we're gonna do is drive, floor it. Number 6 is almost full. Okay. Put in park. Put AC on. Rear defrost. Headlights. Head beam. Let's drain it. 6, number 6. 8.1. Yeah, this is the highest. Yeah, that's why it's going crazy a little bit. So I did the live test. It showed 39%. I believe it is not well balanced, so I'll drive for a bit and see if it gets better. After driving for a few days, the life of the hybrid battery still shows 44%, and I'll show you how and why. This last 4 cells, around 6 or 7 cells that needs to be replaced, and especially the block 17 where there are 2 bad cells. And why 17 is the worst? Because it charges the fastest and it drains the fastest. So the next time I have to do all over again, open it, but from 14, 15 and 17 I have to replace those cells. So I'll have to buy around 8 more good cells and replace it with them, and after that it should be good. Right now it is a lot better than it used to be, but still, this is 17. It's going the highest when even 14 and 16 they are trying to charge now. And also I forgot to put the third temperature at the end of the battery, so I don't remember that I put it. Most likely I didn't put it. That's why this one is lower than the others. Going back to the guy where I buy hybrid cells, because I need additional 8 cells that I have to replace. So after the replacement, it feels and drives better, but it is not on that stage where it used to be, and it doesn't give all that power that it used to give before. And the driving it, you can feel it. As this is my personal car, I have to get it to the pretty good condition that it used to be. That's why I'll try to change the 8 cells, and I believe that should be the last time that will go back to that battery, at least for some time. And the last 8 cells that I put in there, they were 7.6 volts, and especially 17 block
is acting a little bit weird. That's why after changing that, I hope it will act a lot better. And also, as I said, I forgot to put the third temperature sensor on the block 17, and I have to to get back there and change and put that sensor back in, because it is very important for the battery to have that temperature sensor. As I'm getting there, it's better to change the additional cells, and I'll just buy 8, replace everything that I can, so that in the future I won't have this problem as often. Alright, this is the moment I have been waiting for. So I put everything back in. I replaced all those 8 cells that were bad in my opinion, and I put everything back in. Everything looks good. So these are the 8 cells that were bad, and right now let's see if it helped or if it did not. That's fine. Alright. Okay. It should be much better, because right now 12 or from 12 to 17 they are higher than the rest, because these are the new ones and they were a little bit they had more voltage. So basically we have to charge it, discharge it a couple of times, and it should be good. So I will remove, I'll not override the battery temperature anymore. Yeah, so it should do it itself. And it's 59%, but this one shows a lot more. Okay, let me charge it, discharge it a few times, and we'll see. Alright, I just put life expectancy test, and it shows me 57%. And I believe after I drive for a bit, it will balance it out, and I hope it will be more. But right now, without doing any balancing, 57 is amazing. I remember before I did anything to it, when it was all original, it had 45% left, and I drove around 6 months, maybe even more, with that. But right now 57%, it should last me a year, hopefully more. I don't want to go back in there. 3 times I did it. I hope it's enough for a year, or hopefully more. Alright guys, this has been it. It was not that difficult to do. I spent overall $400. I bought 18. I bought, yes, 18 cells overall, and it's been pretty good.